The following is a special presentation of MRE Uno Division 2. You're watching the 2025 MRE Uno Division 2 Championship. Today, the second player to land from Bi Island hits the table, in what promises to be a high-flying affair. The last Bi player faces the top player to play in the first round, fresh off a win in comeback fashion. The last time Red was on the table, it was the regional semifinals of Justice July, falling to eventual semifinalist Mark, effectively the difference between his 4 seed and Mark's 3. From the courtroom to the bright lights of Bangkok, and his first challenge in this D2 championship is no walk in the park, as dropping into the 4-5 game is no warm-up. It's pushing 100 real fast. Pikachu has one under his belt, facing strong LCQ momentum from Evan, and it looked bleak late, falling down 3-1. But he pulled himself up by his bootstraps and bolted to a Game 7, ultimately winning it to make it here. Now he faces Red with D1 chances enhanced, if not near secured, with a win for either. Who takes one step closer to D1 for 2026? The newcomer back in February, or the vet who continues to seek redemption after a season ago, just falling short in this very championship? These games never fail to disappoint. The difference could just be one single card. Red versus Pikachu. The winners' quarterfinals continue next.
Try that again. Day 2 of winners quarterfinals for the D2 championship is underway here, and we have our second matchup of the round. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the D2 championship here, hosted with the theme of Bangkok, and we have an interesting matchup with the 4-5 and also the player by, at least geographically, although technically not right now, who would be closest to Bangkok. Number 4 seed Red versus number 5 seed Amazing Pikachu. For both players, a big opportunity here, a big match. We'll see who comes out on top. For Red, as I mentioned, Vietnam, although in France right now, Pikachu, California, so a little further, but an interesting time difference on this matchup, but we'll see how this all breaks down here. Let's get into it. We'll start with the resume for Red, since this is his first matchup of the playoffs. Been an interesting season for Red. Started off pretty strong. Again, he is the highest seeded rookie of the field. Only one to make it in as an at-large. The other two rookies that made it in made it through the LCQ. But for Red, started off making the Elite 8, but ultimately lost to Bree, who made the Final Four in February Flurry. Archery April had his lowest spot of the season, lost to Sky 4-2 in a bit of a clustered game. Ultimately did not come out with a win there, but bounced back immediately with his best run of the season, made it to the Final Four in Meteorological May. Had a really, really good run there. Ultimately lost in 9 to Bob Ross at the end of it in the Final Four. And then Justice July was able to put up a good fight, but ultimately lost to Mark 4-1 and was sent packing in the round of 16 in Justice July. But despite that, end of the season at 9-4, got some good wins on Taco, Nacho, and then the biggest one of them all, MyHale. Only one of 2 people this entire season to have beaten MyHale. It's a big win on his resume. He lands at the 4 spot, and now we'll start his D2 championship off here. And then for the flip side, Pikachu was the 5 seed and came off a very chaotic opening round match where he survived with the brink of his teeth against Evan in a Game 7 situation, but ultimately Pikachu able to escape with that one with a top deck +4 and moves on to this matchup to face Red, hoping to make it to the winner semifinal. And we've seen a lot of Game 7 so far. Will we get another one? We'll find out. But for the rest of the schedule, we have Red Pikachu coming up, and then tomorrow at 4 p.m. is going to be Cyan and Geo Battle of the Media Team. Could be an interesting one to watch out for. Again, as Geo with a big upset in the opening round, the only sweep we have ever seen in the T2 Championship thus far. He is looking to keep the momentum rolling and score another big upset here against Cyan, who has been probably most definitely the second best player of the season. And then, of course, wrapping up the round, Myhale Ridley. Myhale starting his run for the three-peat. We'll have to go up against Ridley. A lot of history between both those players there. That'll be a good one to end it off, and we are likely to going on some late night drives for that one with Short and Tapir. So make sure you keep an eye out for that one. It's going to be a good one, but we will jump into the stream here. And for the first time in D2 history, I am joined in the booth by Seth Cole. He's been doing a great job up in D1. Comes down to D2 for the playoffs here. Seth, welcome to the booth. Great to have you here. First of all, how are you doing right now? And what's your outlook for this matchup right now?
I'm doing great, and I think one of the biggest things that I'm going to be looking forward to here is these are two individuals. One in the case of Red that's already now going to be advancing up into D1 due to being in the top 4 seeding, and then with a victory, Pikachu could very well be in the D1 conversation as well. It's going to be really interesting to see what the play style is for these two individuals down here in D2 and what kind of transitions, if any, they might have to make if they make it up into D1. I mean, we've ended up seeing it seems like the skill level has narrowed significantly in D1, and that includes a number of the rookie class that moved up from last year from D2 to D1. So it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of watch these two and see if we're seeing some D1 play already in the making for them in preparation for the possibility of seeing them up in D1 in 2026. It's also going to be interesting to see here, I think, as well. Both of these two have made it into the Final Four at some point here this year, and the only player that's made the D2 championship last season is Pikachu. So does that veteran experience of being here before, does that come into play? It's really going to be interesting because with all the notes you gave me prior to this, it looks like there's a lot of contrast in styles. So it'll be interesting to see how these two go at it and if we end up seeing the contrast kind of come together in a way where they play somewhat similarly to given the circumstances of what they get with their opening hands.
Yep, thank you, Seth. And again, there's a bit of a contrast between these players. Red, again, really kind of likes a specific color here on the board. Also likes trying to keep control of the game. Pikachu, usually likes playing that lights out style, so wants to try to keep the pace fast. We'll go to the players now, but before then, we'll mention also, you will notice the scoreboard is 1-0. Red just serving is a strike 2 penalty from in between the playoffs. Ultimately, told details of that, not too relevant at the moment. I guess the important thing is once this game gets going for game 2, that'll all be behind us at this point. But we'll start with Red here. You make your start for the D2 championship here, and I mean, what a rookie season you've had. 9-4 record, highest seeded rookie of the entire field. Only one to make an at-large, as I said in the preview. You go into this match against Pikachu, which is someone you have not played yet. Your thoughts against Pikachu, what his style could bring the challenge you, and just kind of your general outlook on how you try to get the win here. And Red's going to type that one up here, so we'll see what he has to say. I think Pikachu is typing as well, so while Red's typing, I'll go to Pikachu as well. Pikachu, you came off probably the closest game I have seen in quite a long time in your opening round, barely surviving with one of the most insane power play uses I have seen this season, but the name of the game is survive and advance, and you did just that in the opening round. New life here for you in this quarterfinal here, and we know we talk about you being in the hunt to get that promotion spot. I mean, getting to winter semis gives you a huge advantage to get one of those spots, but just tell me your thoughts going into this game about how you feel about Red as a player and just general outlook as you hope to get the win here and move into the winter semis and continue a bit of the adrenaline that you've had from that last round.
I mean, for one, I can actually speak today.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, I'm just hoping it's a good match. Like, unfortunately, due to the penalty, I do end up getting like a 15% advantage or whatever, assuming like pure luck it is. But I just hope it's a good match regardless.
All right, well, we've seen a lot of great matches so far to open this D2 championship here, so hoping for another one here. Red is still typing it out here. Once he gets this typed out, we will begin with game 2 here. I'm going to get the scoreboard up just so we have that all set. All right, there he is. We'll read this one now. Firstly, I'm glad I secured that number 4 spot in a D1 promotion in 2026. Pikachu is a very strong opponent, to be sure. He's one of the favorites to be promoted to D1, and he is still typing, so I think he does have something else to say. I'm just going to update the game 2. Alright, if there's one wish I could do, I wish this match to be fair and square, but it is what it is. Which, again, fair enough. I mean, ultimately, that's just kind of the full, the rules with the whole strike system that were laid down this season. It's water on the bridge at this point, but we will get going here. But it's gonna be the game 2 start. Red will have it. Again, Red full board available for him. Sign will be our ref. He already initialized the game, so we'll see what Red starts with. And then we will get going.
Yeah, and even given the circumstances here too, I mean, 4 out of the 5 matchups so far here in this D2 tournament and in these playoffs have ended up going into a game 7. I mean, there's still even the fact that Red is down 1-0 without us even playing the first game. I still you still can kind of get the vibes. You can still get the feeling that we could see this go into a 7th game.
I mean, definitely, and I mean, even then, even with the penalty, I mean, if Red just wins this one and suddenly it's back even. It's like nothing really happened. So we will see how this goes. Red's gonna take a second here. Then we will get this going. All right, gonna go with 11 to start. Seth, your thoughts on going for pretty much the mid-range here, maybe a little higher?
I like it. I think it's kind of a feeling out process, right? And you don't necessarily want to go into the high tier right away. You don't want to run the risk that the ammo distribution is going to be
Wait,
more
what?
favorable on the other side.
Oh my god. Okay.
And then
Oh man. We have been having issues this morning here, with the bot. So unfortunately, oh man. Okay, so the order was right, but the bot has continually insisted with Pikachu being the first player here, even though that's not what it was. Okay, we've been having issues with this, unfortunately. Well, if it's a pass, then hold on. May have to restart this. We've been having issues with the turn order. Okay. I think we might have to just try to reset it again. Well, if we do a ref pass, then Pikachu goes up to 12, and then Red's still at 11. So I don't know if that's necessarily the fairest outcome. Because if it's a pass, then it's gonna be Red's. Well, if he will draw though. He is gonna have to draw. He is gonna draw though, because technically the game is thinking it's his turn, even though it isn't. I mean, a ref pass is gonna give the draw, so it will. I'm not really sure what's been going on here. Okay, we might just have to close and then reinitialize it. All right. Okay, so probably do red Pikachu, even if it does the opposite order. Go for that. All right. Let's try 7, even though it would be 6. All right, again, apologies for everyone else in the booth here. Been having some issues with the bot, unfortunately. Yeah, no. I'm not sure what's going on. This is very bizarre. Hmm. I don't think we've ever had an issue like this. I mean, that would be Pikachu's. No, that's not gonna count. Mainly just seeing if it was a visual glitch or an actual glitch. Yeah, no. Uh, we have never had an issue like this before, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I know there was a maintenance that happened 2 days ago or so, but I'm not sure how that would affect it. The main problem is no matter who we put, it still goes Pikachu first. The only idea I have is I'm wondering if for some reason it's defaulting to the order of the characters. Unfortunately, it's probably me or KT. KT is not on at the moment. So we're gonna have to just try to figure out this issue. In a moment. I'm going to pause I'm gonna pause the stream for a second. So I'm gonna go to YouTube and then just do that. So I'm gonna pause the stream for a second just so we can try to break this down. Hello everyone, we are back, and so even while it's not the most ideal situation as we still have an issue with the bot, we have found a workaround where we did a 1-card start, and Pikachu got fortunate enough to get a wild to just do that. So now the turn order should be set. It does say Red has the next start, so I think we should be good to go now, hopefully. Again, apologies for that, but Red wanted the 11-card start, so we'll go that. Hopefully this works, and then we can get this underway. But yeah, I mean, very bizarre start. I mean, Seth, have you ever seen something like that in this league? Or because I mean, I certainly haven't.
No, I can't say that I have. I think this might be the first time that I've been involved in a matchup overall where it ended up being already a 1-0 advantage to somebody. I think there was one time I was co-commentating where it was a possibility it was going to be, but this is the first time. So I gotta say though, obviously it wasn't seen completely on the stream, but all the co-opetition to work around and figure out a way, that was actually pretty impressive to watch.
All right, so hopefully we'll be good to go from this point forward. But Red's gonna start with 11. Cyan, feel free to put that in, and hopefully we'll be good to go here. Red's turn. All right, I think we are good to go. And for the second attempt, we are now underway. Green 6. It's gonna be the opener on this one. Ooh.
No surprise seeing red going to the color red.
It is his favorite color. I mean, we talk about Clint Green, how his favorite color is green. This is kind of a similar thing with red here, except a little bit less crazy, per se. But Pikachu's going to go back to the green, going to deny red the red.
It's a little backdoor back to the original color.
All right, green 2.
Oh,
Ooh, okay. So
but
Pikachu's
iced out
switching
in
to
the
a draw.
green. Interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because that gives red a decent lead, but Pikachu, again, has been doing some of these switches here. And he's going to switch again to yellow, but red with a decent gap at the moment.
Pikachu bringing it down to the basement with the 0 sugar, and oh, that's going to ice out red. So now this might be where Pikachu might be able to close up the gap a little bit here.
I mean, gap is fully closed. It is tied at the moment, but I think that's going to be a draw based off the way that was typed. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
gets the yellow skip, trades it in for something else.
Leaves it
We'll see how
open
that
on the
goes.
skip. Question is, can Pikachu play into this, or does he cap it off? He'll cap it off, but he'll get a double play nonetheless.
And that's gonna keep him going down to 4 here. Red gets to switch to green, looking to get the draw, but a crossover from Pikachu
Oh, nice out.
could put Red in a bit of a tough spot here.
Yeah, this is
But
the Pandora's box color too. First time we've been in blue here. You gotta think maybe this is the closing color if you're Pikachu.
both low and wow, Red come out of
Ooh.
nowhere with a 3-card run.
Now this will be interesting because the +4, what's going to be on the return is, yeah, that's what I was wondering. Was Pikachu going to get something to play defensive there on that 4-card return? And Yellow Wild ices Red away from closing out the game.
And looks like we're gonna have a draw city here for the first time. 230 in this one, and we are drawing on the yellow here. Red gets a top deck there. Will we get a switch out, or we keep it going? Gonna keep it going.
Yep. That top deck didn't change anything.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a decently fast pace as Red gets the top deck in the green 9, but we are seeing a decently fast pace to open this one up. But I mean, fast pace does not necessarily always mean quick games here, because sometimes it could be a fast pace which just goes for a while.
Yeah, fast paced, especially when you're down to where we're at currently with, roughly 3 to 5 cards. Is basically you don't have a choice on what card you play. It's pretty much a straightforward. I either play this card or I draw. So that's probably why we're seeing the rapid fire right here. Little double play there from Pikachu. So that's going to actually flip the script. And that's going to put Pikachu up 1 possession.
Actually takes Red away from potentially getting the Uno as well. But oh wow, he actually
Ooh.
he got down to 1, but did not have that finisher. And damn,
Oh,
Pikachu though.
wow.
Pikachu able to find that ending while Red unfortunately could not. And looks like he needed blue to wrap that one up. So Pikachu kind of gave it
Yeah,
one
they
turn
both
too late.
did.
Yeah, again, Pikachu with the connection with the +4 able to help him out, but 343 or 342 to open that one. And Pikachu will take the 2-0 lead on this one.
I do like the play there, though, with leaving it open on the yellow reverse, because they were both iced out in yellow earlier, so maybe kind of throwing an ice play there. Just can't predict that the +4 is on the other side.
Yeah, I definitely, when they kind of have a situation like that, it's always tough to predict when the +4 comes out. Sometimes you kind of know it's coming, other times it just blindsides you. Yeah, let's get a quick word from our players here. I mean, Pikachu, that was a really really well crafted run to the finish here. I mean, you had the +2 that kind of prevent Red from getting a potential finish there. But ultimately, you throw that one out there, block Red for the end, and you have your +4 to the end. Thoughts on that opening game here and just being able to get the early advantage going into now your homestand?
I just want to say that I got fairly lucky with my late card draws in that like draw city after the +4. Like I got the +4, my own +4 from that, and then I also got the Red +2 as my final card draw, which ended up being important.
Yeah, I mean, that Red +2 really came in to save you there. But sometimes you just need a good draw to put yourself in a position to win. For Red, he's saying it is what it is. I mean, for Red, any comments after that one besides that, or just looking to jump into this one and find your way back? I don't see him typing, so I think we're good. Seth, any comments after that one before we jump into game 3? Any takeaways?
I mean, it definitely looks like both have gotten some luck on the top decks. It's just been the ammo has been the advantage for Pikachu. You go back to that series he had with Evan, where he ended up getting a top deck +4. Gets a +4 here on the draw city. Gets that Red +2, which he timed perfectly. We've ended up seeing that Red's been able to get some good top decks when they've been in draw city there, but it's been numbers. It hasn't been ammunition. So both have been able to get pretty lucky on the top decks. Just obviously, ammo is a little bit more valuable than the numbers can be.
Yeah, for sure. But another thing that's also valuable is the homestand, and Pikachu's gonna have it here. He will get to control the card start here for game 3. We'll see where he decides to go, just cannot pick 11. Yep, full send. I had a
Wow.
feeling this was coming. He usually likes doing the full
Okay.
send here. Yeah, because full send paired with... Okay, I did not mean to click that. There's a buzzer on the scoreboard. I don't think anyone else heard that. Only the stream would have heard that, but apologies. But yeah, we are underway with the yellow. But I mean, Seth, with Pikachu, he usually likes combining the hides here with his fast pace. I mean, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're up 2-0, I think that definitely going for a full send is a plausible choice. I'm a little surprised to see it this early on. Normally, we don't end up seeing a full send in D1 until we're like into the latter stages, like in a best of 7, usually like games 5 through 7. But to see it used in the early going here is quite interesting. I mean, you think about it here. Obviously, we saw some pretty good ammo accumulated by Pikachu back in game 2. So, kind of go back to the well and go with the high tier start with the full send. Maybe you're going to get lucky and get a lot more ammo here on this game 3. Go up 3-0.
All right, well, I mean, Pikachu is quickly closing the door on the blue here, goes into the wild green. That's where we go now. And I mean, again, we are kind of rolling this quick. I think we've kind of just been playing, I mean, besides that wild, it's been mostly numbers so far. So, just trying to find those connections here as both are now down to 6.
But what I'm seeing here is Pikachu's in control. He's in control of the colors. He used the green wild to get over to green. He does the light switch over to red. Right now, he seems to be in control of the table and determining what color we're running in right now.
I guess the question is, with him typing, is he going to be able to find something here to maybe wrap this one up? We've seen a lot of numbers here,
Oh
and I
my
think he just did it.
gosh.
I believe that's it, yeah.
That's a 6-bagger.
Yeah, I mean, again, Pikachu just kind of able... Oh, that's unfortunate there. Had a +4. But again, sometimes that run comes out of nowhere. And, I mean, Pikachu suddenly jumps to 3-0 here. Yeah, I mean, that's... I don't really got much to say on that one. Just found the connections there and then just saved the ammo
No.
to get the finish.
I mean, it's always a possibility when you have a 15 card full send, but there's no predicting it because you don't know the timing. You could be prepared maybe for a 4 card run to the end, but as we saw there, the +4 there for red. When do you play it, right? You don't know exactly when the timing is right because you don't know what's on the other side. So there's just no way you can predict something like that. It's a tough situation.
Right, well, yeah, I mean, I don't got much to say to either player here. Pikachu looking to close this one out quickly. But, yeah, I know Red's typing. I'm not sure if he has something to say on this one, but unfortunately, just has not really been able to find the timing there. But, we'll see what happens. Pikachu has game 4 call. Just can't pick 15, so no full send. He's gonna go the OG start.
Yes, this isn't an ideal situation if you're red for sure, especially with the fact that not only are you down 3-0, but Pikachu hasn't used his power play yet. He's got that available, and he could use that right here in Game 4 to close out this series. As we documented, 4 of the 5 matchups so far here have ended up going into a Game 7. The only one that didn't was a sweep. So we could be looking at 2 sweeps here if Red's not able to at least get one game here in this series. And oh man, an immediate draw out of the gate.
Fortunately for Red, Pikachu switches into a draw as well, so... or, well, no, Red actually had the switch. So Red switched into a draw, and then now both are drawing here. So Blue weak on the start. Again, Red looking to at least get one on the board to try to swing the momentum his side. Sometimes it just takes one. But, I mean, with this draw city going, it's looking right now we are a bit ways away from a potential finish at the moment. But we do break it with the yellow.
Yeah, Red was able to get the top deck light switch by Pikachu. So now we're going to be able to run a little bit here, it would seem.
Yeah, I mean, again, I mentioned it off the top here. I mean, Pikachu kind of having that adrenaline from that crazy finish in the opening round here. I'm wondering if some of that ultimately is carrying over. Obviously, in the sense of more of a momentum and just a spiritual base kind of thing. But, I mean, Seth, your thoughts on that? As again, Red with a 3-card run here.
Well, again as well. I think that definitely momentum from the previous game could definitely be helping Pikachu, but we documented it as well. He's the only individual from last year's playoffs that has made it here into the playoffs here for D2. So I think that experience as well, the big fight feel, if you will, and getting yourself into the right mental zone for a playoff type game, I think that might help him out as well. As that's an interesting play there. Hits the +2 and then caps it off with the red wild. So obviously, it looks so this says to me he had that +2. Oh, big fire back there from red, but he had that +2 in blue back during that draw city, but he just didn't have a connector for it, so it was holding on to it for the right moment.
I think that was absolutely the correct call from Red there. I think he felt the game was going to end if he didn't do something there. Got the yellow switch, which worked out, but then Pikachu switched right back into the red here. Oh man, another red
Ooh,
+2 for Pikachu.
another little check there. And red's gonna make the move over to green right off the gate there. Didn't even think about that, even based off whatever the 2 cards that he ended up getting was.
Back to red again, down to 2 on both sides. Red is out. Pikachu goes
Oh,
for
he brought
Uno
it
with
back to green.
7.
He got the red out of the way. Now he's back to green, and now choices if you're red, because red wanted green. Now, do you keep it in green? If Pikachu maybe had back-to-back greens, going to stay there.
Gonna do a 50-50 on this one.
Oh,
Pikachu draws. I didn't think Pikachu had the win there. He didn't use power play. Red down to Uno. Red hoping for hoping that Pikachu did not find another top deck here. Green reverse, gets scared, draws, and will Red get one on the board? No, he is one.
no. Wow. Oh, another
Pikachu with
top
another
deck.
Oh my god, top deck galore.
Well, they both top
No, he got
decked.
the
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
That is unfortunate. But, I mean, that's really tough to see in the moment.
Oh, wow.
Wow, unfortunate end for that one. Pikachu will move on. But, I mean, for red, last card was a blue skip. Unfortunate.
Wow, that is crazy. They both top decked and then the number efficiency at the end. What the heck?
Yeah, that's going to be a tragic one to end for that one as Pikachu moves on in a sweep. But yeah, crazy stuff there. But I mean, Pikachu, you had a bit of another chaotic ending for this one. This one not quite Game 7, but I mean, you seem to love these chaotic endings to the series. Your thoughts? You go into winter semis now. I mean, in terms of promotion, you're in a very good spot for that at the moment here. And you'll be facing the winner of Myhale and Ridley. But your thoughts getting the win here? And I mean, technically not a single power play even got used in the entire series. It was clean throughout.
Well, I mean, I thought for sure I was lost in that last game. I didn't expect to win that one. When I played the Wild Red, I would have gone out with PP, so that was a good play to do the +4 then. Also, that 6-0 +2 differential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a bit of a flip side. I mean, technically 3-1 the Wilds. Again, that first Wild doesn't count. But 3-1 on the Wilds, +2s. I mean, didn't really see too much of there. I mean, the 6-0 on the +2s is definitely going to hurt for Red there. I mean, I think at points he did what he could. We did mention, though, there was 2 points he could have power played with that power played there, but ultimately both got shut. I mean, twice, Seth, in this series, Red was at 2 and then ultimately got shut down from a +2 from Pikachu, and that kind of flipped the momentum because it gave Red something that didn't work for him. I mean, just kind of thoughts on that and just kind of how this played. This was definitely a very weird series, to say the least, though.
Yeah, the +2s, to your point, definitely were the difference maker in not just one but a couple of these games here. And the interesting thing about it too, just kind of looking back at all of this, I mean, the fact that, obviously, Red saying that there were a couple of points where could have power played to be able to draw it up 3-1. This is a tough situation, and I mean, you're down 3-0. You really want to hold on to that power play and just try and straight out win game 4 to have something to work with. But you kind of boxed in from the get go, and yeah, I mean, the top decks were crazy in this game, whether it was getting a top deck number or whether it was getting top deck ammo on both sides. Obviously, just the momentum more on the side there of Pikachu. And as we said, obviously Red's already locked into advancing up into D1. This victory here makes a much better case as well for Pikachu to move up to D1. This may not be the last time we see these two match up against each other. They may be in a slightly different environment the next time that they meet, and maybe a different outcome. But it just seemed like everything in terms of momentum was rolling for Pikachu in this one.
All right, yeah. We'll go to Red here. Quick thoughts. Obviously not the series you were hoping for. Again, even without the penalty, that was definitely going to be a tough hill to climb, no matter what. But technically, the thing is with the losers run, you do have a bit of a little bit of no pressure situation in a way, because technically you do have the promotion spot locked in, but you want to try to get that big run in the D2 Championship, try to win it all. It's definitely going to be a long road, but I mean, your thoughts going into losers, facing who's it called? I have it up here. I just need to find it. Going on to face Luke in the first round of losers. I mean, your thoughts on that matchup and just kind of where you go from here. And hopefully just trying to find that reset after unfortunately getting bitten by some of the cards. Going to be a battle between those who got swept out of the opening match. Yeah, that is true. Both players actually got swept out of their winners bracket. So, you know what, both are kind of throwing a bit of vengeance here. I mean, Seth, your thought? I mean, that's a matchup between two players who are game wise are 0-4 in the playoffs so far. So, kind of your thoughts with how that kind of plays into the double elimination format with both. Obviously not having great starts, unfortunately at times wasn't really able to find the cards, but now both going head to head against each other to try to stay in this championship.
Well, I think that's just going to turn it into a slugfest, right? Because both now have obviously tasted the wrong side of a sweep, and now they're looking for a little bit of a momentum shift. They're gonna be, I think, a little bit more determined as well, and it may make things a little bit more interesting. And do they stick with what brings them to the table, or do they go maybe a little bit outside of their comfort zone and say, you know what I tried originally, and then that first matchup it didn't work out for me. I ended up pulling an over. So let's do something a little bit different. Let's experiment here and see if throwing something against the wall makes it stick. Could make it a very, very interesting matchup between two that still feel that they have a lot to prove here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, here's your bracket here. Pikachu moves on, continuing this run here. He will face the winner of My Hill Ridley in the winners semifinals. He joins Mark in this round here, which is shaping up to be quite the interesting one here. But again, Red goes into losers. Will face Luke in the losers bracket. That's two losers matchups confirmed. The other one being Joao and Taco, who will go at it. But for Pikachu, a big win here, definitely a big boost to his promotion chances. Because again, I mean, it's the top four finishers between the between seats 5 and 12. But again, with how some things have gone in D1, it's almost guaranteed at this point that that there's going to be a ninth promotion spot. So based off the rule where the tiebreakers are based off the seed, and Pikachu being that 5 seed at the top of the board, and that he's in a very good spot at this point to lock that down. But that'll do it for us. Bit of a quick stream here on this one. Had a few technical issues. We apologize for that, but ultimately worked around it. But I also want to thank Seth for jumping in for this matchup. You'll see him a bit more as this championship goes along, and we're very excited to have him here to wrap up this D2 season. So again, Seth, thanks for jumping in the booth with me.
Hey, no problem. Glad to be a part of it. Really cool to be able to watch the matchups here in D2. And I gotta say, in terms of playstyle, this may have been the fastest playstyle I've seen out of two individuals since I started doing this, and that's in overall D2 and D1. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens as we get closer towards determining an overall champion.
Yep, indeed. All right. Well, on behalf of Seth, everyone who came out to watch, and our players, thank you all so much for watching this stream. Congrats to Pikachu on getting the win here. He moves on to face the winner of My Hell Ridley. And then our next match will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. with Cyan and Geo going at it in a media team battle. But until then, take care, everyone. Enjoy your Saturday. Got college football going on. I know the Texas OSU game's going on. I'm probably going to head down and watch that once this is wrapped up. But until then, thank you all so much for watching this stream, and we will see you all tomorrow for some more MRE Uno D2 Championship. But until then, take care and have a great day, everyone.
You've been watching the 2025 MRE Uno Division II Championship.